Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, Virgo, you can go to my website and schedule your own appointment. The link to do so is in the description box below. So, Virgo, in the past, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. The player. All right. This is a very inconsistent energy. They feel compulsive. They act on whims, on their desires. And they're inconsistent. It feels like this person is kind of stuck in this, like, I have these strong urges and I just have to follow them, and they're so this person really thinks, oh my gosh, I'm instantly in love, and following that, and then they're like, oh, I just wanted what I wanted, and now that I got it, I'm not as interested. This person just, it looks like you were in a relationship with this person. Looks like you were very honest with this person and let your guard down. You thought that you were on the same page as this person, but wow. Okay, so I think you thought we're so alike. This person is telling you what you want to hear. And really what they want is more the sexy time. Very passionate here, but they're not being honest with themselves or with you. There's a manipulation here by lying, by saying, yeah, we're on the same page. It feels like this person and being in this connection kept you stuck, because I feel the frustration here, because just tell me the truth. Tell me that we aren't seeing things the same, so I can move on and make and strategize and find and move on with my life and find what is a good match. But because this person deceived, they wanted you. It's like they wanted oh wow, they wanted the hardware, your body, you, but it's almost like they want to completely reprogram you. So you might have had that too. You might have thought, well, this person's a little rough around the edges, but I think we could change the things that aren't quite right. Maybe you both kind of had that attitude. It looks like feels like you waited a long time for this person to see you, but instead they're seeing you as I want you to fulfill my needs and desires. I'm not seeing you as a person, an individual, someone with their own ideas, their own feelings. So it feels like you kind of disconnected or withdrew, maybe pulled your energy back from this connection. In present energy, Virgo, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. A lack of love, a A lack of love, a lack of self-love. A lack of self-love has made being independent a challenge. So it looks like you've been sourcing, I need someone to love me, to validate me, to so you're seeing love as coming from outside of you, not that you could source that, a spring of love from within. So what you're working on right now, Virgo, it looks like is healing that lack of self-love so you can be more independent. Yeah, it looks like you're starting a new timeline, starting a new way of being without the partnership. So it must feel very new and different, very different. Just because it's not familiar doesn't mean there's something wrong with it, because you might have been very familiar with the player type of energy. Doesn't mean that that's what's best for you, for your highest and greatest good. So looks like you're being really hard on yourself. Feels like you're judging where you are, judging that this connection didn't work out the way you wanted it to, judging, you're really just so hard on yourself. Also hard on the person from the past. Feels like you're trying to figure out who's to blame. Like who can I'd like to talk to the manager. This isn't what I expected. Looks like I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting for this, for my needs to get met, my needs not being met. It looks like you're just trying to avoid things falling apart. The kind of red flags that I'm getting, if this has been resonating, Virgo, is that there's this, you're trying to avoid things falling apart that are falling apart, that maybe need to fall apart. It feels like I don't believe that I can meet my own needs, so I will attach on to anyone who's kind to me, even if I can tell that they're shallow and they're not emotionally mature. That this is not someone I can build with, but I just don't want to be alone. It feels like you have a lot of judgment about being alone, not being in partnership. All right, Virgo, what's hidden this week is the Knight of Cups. Messages of love. It looks like you're very attractive right now. Looks like there's something you're seeing about someone who's... Oh, okay. So if there's someone new that you're seeing, it feels like there's someone who's maybe younger, more immature than you, emotionally not quite up to the level. You might not think that this person is someone you can build with. I feel like this person, that there's more than one that you might not be the only person that they're dating. And it's painful. It feels like a betrayal. And you walk away from this connection. Feels very crowded. I think if this is the same person, the emotionally immature person, it feels like part of why this hurts, this betrayal, is because you were settling for just someone so you don't have to be alone, trying to avoid your own judgment around being alone, being a spinster, being a cat lady, being a guy that's all alone, whatever your situation. It feels like maybe you were using this person as a placeholder, as just, at least I have someone so I don't feel alone. And so when you feel the betrayal of this, it's like, I hurt myself. I put myself in a connection, a relationship with someone who I kind of put myself in that vulnerable position to get hurt, because I knew this person wasn't at my level. And yeah, it feels like, you're learning lessons, you're learning, and you're walking away from this. So, all right, Virgo, possible outcome and advice is the Empress in reverse. It's a lack of nurturing, a lack of care, a lack of abundance. This mother wounds here. What is this? Okay. It looks like you in the past followed tradition, a traditional way of being, how things are done. And by following a traditional way of being, you never found your happiness. I mean, if everybody's saying this is what you do to find your happiness within our tradition, our society's tradition, our family's tradition, our religious traditions. And so it feels like, I followed this, but I didn't get my happiness. Instead, how I was raised was to be dependent or codependent, not capable of living by myself. It feels like you're seeing this, how the structure of how you were raised was to be in partnership, not to be an independent person, not to be yourself, but to be there for someone else. That's what it is. I'm half of a whole. So it looks like you're healing this lack of nurturing of yourself, this lack of love and care for yourself. Feels like there was a very small, this is the way to happiness, and it feels like you can't do this, you can't do that. This is what's expected of you, to be in a relationship. But what that set you up for is being breadcrumbed, getting less than what you deserve, and being attracted to kind of foolish people who haven't healed as well, who are very secretive and keeping their real moves secret. And there's a need to find balance in this, to find an inner strength, to see the past and what you've gone through from a different perspective. So, wow. All right, Virgo, that's your reading. I hope that's helpful. Take care.